Back by popular demand, it's the question and answer period with Melissa, Maker, and Chad. Which still actually has yet to have, but we're actually going to change that. At the end of this video, we have narrowed it down to 2 names, which we like.
Thanks to you guys.
Thanks to you, we've narrowed it down to 2, and we're going to ask for your opinion, and we'll take a poll, and then out of those 2 names, we will pick a name, and from here on forward, we will have a name for our show.
We will. And thanks for all your great support on the bathroom cleaning video. Glad you guys are loving it. And I love getting the pictures that you're sending through of your dirty and clean spaces. It's really good, and I'm very proud.
So, without further ado, we have a bunch of questions on the computer in front of me. I have a cleaning expert beside me, and we are going to get down to business. Biz95 asks, can you do a clean the top of the oven?
Yeah, we did that.
Video, but yes. Can we do a clean the top of an oven? I'm assuming he's talking about a stovetop.
Yeah.
And I assume he hasn't seen the video, which we did do about it, which we're going to put right...
Yeah, maybe we'll put it up here too.
We'll put it right here.
Yeah, there it is. So you just click on that.
It's here.
Somewhere. And you can also visit our blog where we have a great blog post on how to clean your stovetop grates.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm. So check that out.
And you'll...
Yeah, we'll hook it up.
Mrs. Xavier asks us the next question, and it is, how do you clean blinds? They are so hard to do and get all the crevices. Do you recommend washing them first in the tub or outside and then just keep them up with the dusting? If so, how do you dust them?
Okay, so the blinds we get asked about all the time. And one day, we talked about this. We are going to do a video on how to do it. Because it's very highly requested, and there are lots of different types of window coverings. I don't like the idea of taking them down and cleaning them outside or in the bath. I just feel like that's too much work. The best way to clean blinds, especially if they're just the thin horizontal blinds, is to flip them all in the same direction, let's say facing up, and take a wet cloth and start wiping each line by line, let's say. Then you're going to completely reverse, using that little twister thing, reverse the way that you flipped it. So now they'll be flipped down on the other side, and you're just going to repeat wiping down with a damp cloth. That is sort of your initial cleaning for the blinds, and then you can just keep up by dusting. So you can use any type of duster that you like. That's how I would recommend cleaning them. First time will take longer. Regular maintenance will make it a lot easier.
Next question comes from Alex Walker.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Melissa. I have asked you a question in how to keep mold away from windows because of my humid house. And this is a question we get a whole bunch. Yes, we are going to do a video on it. However, to address
Alex's
the question rather quickly.
So there's a great product called Concrobium. I talk about it often, and it is a non-odor emitting, it's a non-toxic and safe to use mold cleaner. So a lot of people will use chlorine bleach in water, and they'll use that to kill the mold. It tends to come back with that recipe. Whereas if you use Concrobium and you clean it according to directions, it will not come back. And I've seen this stuff work. I had a mold problem many years ago in my condo, and Concrobium kicked its butt. So one of these days we are going to do a Concrobium video, and you guys will love it.
Yes.
I know it.
Great. Next question comes from AsClay2004. How is vinegar a deodorizer? It smells horrible to me. So, how could you possibly fight an odor with something that smells so bad to begin with, Melissa?
You know what? I don't understand the science behind why vinegar does what it does. I really don't.
And actually, if anybody does, leave a comment and tell
we
us
have some
why.
chemists.
That's right, we do.
Chemists.
We have some people who
They've
often
set me
have
straight
answers
before, yeah.
to questions. So, if you know why vinegar deodorizes, yet it smells really bad, please leave a comment below.
Yeah, or even what the chemical reaction is that breaks down the odors. Because I don't know, I just know it works. And I also know that the smell of vinegar won't linger if you're just leaving it around, like, you know, what your mom used to do. She used to leave bowls of vinegar out after smokers left your house.
Back in the 70s, when people used to go to house parties and just smoke, because smoking was like you could smoke in the doctor's office waiting room. We would have a bunch of family and friends over, and everybody would be smoking in the basement. And then she would just leave like 3 or 4 bowls of vinegar out overnight, and then by the morning, for the most part, the smell of cigarette smoke was essentially gone.
So we don't know the answer why, but we know it works, so why fight it if you know it works? And if you hate the smell, do yourself a favor and just open the window, or wear nose plugs, or just give yourself 10 minutes and know that you're going to hate the smell.
So there you go. As Clay 2004, short answer is it just does. Our next question comes from Alicia0607. No offense to Chad, but Melissa only, please. Rosemary Turek asks, hi Melissa, can you do a video comparison between some kinds of mop?
Ooh, Rosemary, that's a good question.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on your fantastic channel.
Nice, thanks Rosemary.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Okay, yeah, so there are, I'd say, 3 or 4 basic kinds of mops. The flathead mop is a very common one that you'll see. Swiffer style mop, a lot of people like those for hardwood floors. I think they're good in between clean mops, so I wouldn't use those as a regular full-time mop. Then you'll see that people use what's called a sponge mop, and it literally looks like a sponge on a stick. It's great for cleaning vinyl and linoleum floors, and I also think it's really good for doing wall cleaning. I'm pointing to the wall, although I guess you wouldn't know that because it's off camera. There's also a yacht mop, which kind of looks like the mop that Cinderella used. It's just a cotton string mop, and that should be used on all outdoor surfaces like decks, garages, that kind of stuff. And the final mop that I'll mention quickly is the one that I always use. It's a microfiber twist mop. I'll put the link to the one that I like in the description box below. It's called Vileta. I get it with the twist, the super twist, what's it called? The quick ring bucket and the super twist mop. That's what they are. And they're absorbent enough to not leave anything behind, but they are also durable enough that they actually scrub the floor and really get things out. So that is a quick and easy, hopefully, mop comparison for you.
Very good. Olivia Ray asks, can you make a video on how to clean your whole bathroom? Taser Fun asks, I have a floor steamer.
Wow.
Is that safe to use on hardwood?
Well, it's safer than using a taser on hardwood.
Yeah,
so I'm mixed, okay? I have mixed emotions about hardwood floors and steam cleaners. If you know what you're doing, they're okay. If you don't know what you're doing and you put too much water on the floor and you don't change your pads out enough, you're going to get your floor too wet, and then you can ruin your hardwood. So if you're a, let's call it an advanced user, then I would say yes, go ahead and do it. But even I don't use a steam cleaner on my hardwood floors at home. Again, if you go back to Rosemary's question, the Super Twist mop will do anything and everything that you need. Steam cleaners are really cool, and I do like them.
Just overkill for hardwood floor?
I think for floors, you can probably do without.
LOL Spider Pig LOL asks, how do you clean popcorn ceilings? And this is a question that you actually answered in the comments.
I want to ask LOL Spider Pig LOL where they got their name from.
Yes.
Anyway.
Charlotte's Web? Maybe? You answered the question by saying, honestly, you don't. What do you need to clean them for? Unless you have cobwebs, you shouldn't really need to clean it.
Cobwebs, Spider Pig, Charlotte's Web.
However, LOL Spider Pig LOL said, what? There is dust on each individual popping surface.
Each individual corn.
The ceiling looks gray rather than white. I think I should clean it. I can't believe the cleaning guru told me not to clean something. But then to your rescue came Ian Middlecamp. who said, honestly, the trouble with popcorn ceilings is there is no effective way to clean them without risking damage to the surface.
Yeah.
Double whammy is that popcorn ceilings may contain asbestos. If your home was built before 1978, there's a good chance that the popcorn ceiling contains asbestos. Not good at all. Popcorn ceilings were popular in the 1950s and have since fallen out of favor. They cover imperfections, which is why many builders like them. It's usually a builder basic roof. When you buy a new house, you get popcorn ceilings.
We have them.
Best bet, have a pro remove it and replace it. Or, excuse me, have a pro remove and replace it.
Popcorn ceilings, the first thing you have to remember is the ceiling is a very high up surface and usually your dust is falling down. So it's not likely that you're going to have a huge buildup of dust on your popcorn ceiling unless it's close to a vent and the vent is blowing air up onto the ceiling. The other way that you might see buildup is if there's a smoker in the house. Eventually you'll see yellowing or discoloration on the popcorn ceiling, but there's actually no good way that I can think of to clean a popcorn ceiling.
This question comes to us from Amanda F. I have a satin, very fancy duvet cover in my master bedroom. How do I clean it? How often do I need to clean it? Also, is it okay to sleep with a duvet comforter without a cover?
Wow, that's like a three-fer. Okay, so the first question is, how do you clean satin duvet covers? So satin sheets need to be hand washed, and we actually have a video on how to clean silk sheets, so we'll put that in the description box. If it's a duvet, I would say take it to the dry cleaner. It's just a lot of work. Duvets are huge. Just take it to the dry cleaner. How often do you need to wash it? I'd say if you're being a really good girl, once every 3 months. If you're being a realistic human being, probably
being a normal person.
Yeah, probably twice a year, and I know some people even do it once a year.
Very good.
And she also asked about, it's okay if she can clean or if she can sleep with a duvet cover if she can sleep with a duvet without the duvet cover.
That's right.
You can. There's nothing wrong with it. The reason you use a duvet cover is sort of threefold. You're protecting it from You're protecting it from dust and dust mites and dirt. It's also a decorative thing, to get a nice fancy duvet cover. And yeah, I don't even know what the third thing is. So I'd say it's just two things. I don't see a problem with it as long as you don't care. I don't think anyone else will really care.
And that pretty much does it. We are out of questions, and I enjoyed this yet again, and hopefully you did as well. And if you do, please let us know down below, because again, if we get a lot of good response, we'll just keep making these.
There's one final piece of business before we wrap it up.
Indeed. If we want to continue making them, we are going to need a name. So we've narrowed it down to 2 because we got how many great suggestions when we
got
threw
a lot. They were really good. You guys, you definitely came up with some cute, fun, exciting names. And we picked 2 of our favorite ones. They are our finalists. Chad and I will... we're going to comment in the comment box each one, and then what we'd like for you guys to do is just thumb up the one that you prefer. See how I'm thumbing up? So just thumb up the one that you prefer, and then we'll know what to name it. So the first one comes from one of our viewers named Michelle M, and she came up with WAYQ, or We Answer Your Questions. And I think it's kind of cute because it could be like WAYQ number 73. So I like it. And then the one that Chad likes is from one of our viewers, Jennifer Moore, and hers was Dirty Talk.
Dirty Talk.
So thank you guys for tuning in for the second episode of our Nameless show, and we look forward to doing this again and answering even more questions for you. Have a wonderful day, and we will both see you next time.